Hey guys, it's Maymay and it's time for another wreath, and this one has been highly requested, and so many people that saw the request said I can't wait to see it. So I thought, you know what, this one needs to be done. So this is a regular wreath form. This is one of the wire wreath forms, and it is 12 inches. Okay, now I'm only going to do this in a 12-inch wreath because, as you can see, we're going to lose space for you to see what I'm doing if I did anything bigger. But you could do this in a much larger wreath. You'll just have to up the quantity of items that you'll need. So here's what you'll need. You need a wreath form, any size that you're interested in using. You're going to need some clothespins. Now, if you follow me on Facebook, you would have seen yesterday that I posted, if you go to Walmart to buy these clothespins, please don't buy them in the craft section. In the craft section, a 24-pack of clothespins were $1.97. In the laundry supply section, not where you get your laundry detergent and things like that, but where you pick up clothespins, ironing board stuff, you know, stuff like that for your, almost where the Rubbermaid and Tupperware things are, you'll find clothespins in a 100-pack for the same price or less than what you'll see them for in the craft section. So please look around. These were $1. I think these were either $1.88 or $1.97 for 100 clothespins. So you're going to need those. Don't take them out yet. We're going to do something with these in the way that they are, okay? You're also going to need some spray paint. This is white spray paint, navy blue spray paint, and red spray paint. Now, you don't have to use navy blue, and I feel like this may be coming off a little black on the screen, but it is a true navy. But I like navy when we're looking at patriotic things. It's just my favorite blue to use. So notice I'm using 3 different kinds of paint. That's because my store didn't have one brand in all 3 colors. And secondly, this white was only 97 cents a can or 98 cents a can, and these red and blue were like $3 and some change. If I could have found them in this brand, I would have purchased them, but they only had black and white in this brand. I don't know why. So, you know, don't go too crazy. And I probably didn't need a whole full can, but for me, I don't mind buying a full can because I know I'll be using these in other projects. So this will just be something for my stash afterwards. The last thing I'm going to use, except for possibly some adhesive, are some of these foam stars. Now, ideally, I wanted to use wooden stars, but I couldn't find them at Walmart. And if you may not know, but where I live, I don't have a craft store within about 45 minutes to an hour from me. So I thought we're going to make do. So I'm going to use probably the gold, maybe the silver, or some combination of all 3 of these. We'll get to that as we start laying it out. But these are just foam glittered star stickers, and I got them from the Walmart craft section. All right, let's get started. So this pen was submitted to me by Naoka Smith, and then a lot of people wanted to see it. Well, when I got the pen, I started looking at it, trying to figure out exactly how to make this work. And so here's what I noticed. If you look at your ring, you have all of these little pieces that kind of separate the ring for you. You can, because of the size of the small ring, use this as your separations for your colors. I'm not necessarily going to do that, but I am going to use this top one as the place I start my blue, the star part of the flag. So basically, these 2 sections here, let me get it where you can see it. These 2 sections I'm going to do in blue. Now, I feel like I can do both sections and be fine, but as we start putting them on, if I don't like it, I may shorten them up a little bit. But that's the beauty of this project. It's really simple. It's just clipping these guys on. Now, here's how we're going to do it. To keep the clothespins from flipping around, you want to make sure you don't just put them onto one. If you just put it on one like this, when you stand it up, it's going to fall over like that. So we don't want to do that. What we want to do is put this pin through 2 of the clips, just like that. By doing that, it makes it nice and sturdy and it's not going anywhere. So you can see how that one is there. Now I want to show you something else. Notice I did not paint the back of the clothespins. I want to call these paper clips. If I do, I apologize. The reason I didn't paint the back is because I'm not sure what I want to do with this yet, and I'll tell you something. Nyoka mentioned that she had seen this done where they painted the back maybe in a Christmas theme, so after the 4th you could flip it over and turn it into something else. So I thought, until I know what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave them blank, because I can always lay these down and spray paint the back again, and you can see I had very minimal color get onto these when I painted them anyway. So I'm going to leave them blank for now, and we'll change them later. Now, when you go to place your second clothespin on, you have a couple of options. I've noticed, as in researching this wreath, that some people do them where they're kind of staggered, and some people do them where they're even. I'm going to do it staggered, but I want to show you, if you want to make it even all the way around, you'll just put this one right next to this one, and just let them be even. See that? Now, if this is perfectly fine. If you did this when you did the circle, you get a perfect circle in the middle, and that is no problem. But I'm going to do it like the picture that I was sent, and here's how you do it. You put the first one on where it covers the first 2 rows, okay? The second one, you open it up and you press it down until it reaches that back portion where the little hinge is. And so now you get this little stair step. So you see you got one back low and one up high. Let's do another one. Now the next one will be a height, we'll match this height, because we're going to alternate them. So we're just going to put it in till it lines up with the first one that we did, and we get this staggered one here. So then let's do the next one. This one we open up wider and send it down until it touches that hinge in the back. So you can see how we're getting that staggered look. Now the cool thing is this, when you look straight on it, your wreath form is hidden behind there anyway. You're not going to see it because it kind of fits in there so well. Now, you do want to make sure that these are nice and close together. So you can push them together like that and make them real tight, because you really don't want to see through them too much. So just get them nice and pushed together. I'm going to keep going. This one goes up higher. And just make sure it's close to the one next to it. Then this one comes in lower. I'm going to push it up over there. And I think they're going to look better the tighter, the closer they are in. This is an easy wreath to do. The reason is, if you do make a mistake or you get one in the wrong place, it's real simple just to remove it and put it in the right place, because you're not gluing anything, which makes it super cool. I like easy. Mess with them a little bit, move them around so that they're starting to take that curve. Just kind of reach at the top. You do want them close together, but you also want to have that curve and not have it angled. Then we'll do this one. Then the next one. Now when you get to these little rungs right here, I'm not going to stress over that too much. It may show through and it may not. And remember, whenever we get this done, we're going to put the stars on top of it anyway, so that'll get covered up some. But when you do put your next clothespin on, you want to put it as close to that as you can, so it kind of hides that little piece there that we're not able to put a clothespin right on. So there's our blue ones done in this little first section. So the rest will be red and white alternated. But I love this kind of craft because you don't have to be perfect. It's kind of a primitive feel, and that's what I love about it. You're not having to just, measure and perfectly line things up. That's not the point. Now I'm going to start with the white next to the blue, and I'm going to do the same thing. Because this one touches the ring and it's not pushed forward, I'm going to push this one forward. So I'm still going to do that stair-stepping alternating, and I'm going to do 5 whites, and then 5 reds, and then 5 white, just like that all the way around. that cute as it can be? And believe it or not, on this 12-inch wreath, that worked perfectly. It went exactly the right number. So I got 5 of each one of these, and then I got, how many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's 20 of the blue, there's 5, 10, 15, 20 of the white, and 5, 10, 15, 20 of the red. So it took total 60 clothespins, and notice that I had this many left on my little thingies here. So for, you know, 1 pack of 100 will easily get you done if you do the 12-inch wreath form. So just do this when you do your math. If you're going to move from the 12-inch to the 24-inch wreath form, I would just double this number because it's just twice, you know, the size. So just double this number of clothespins. So now that we've got them all placed, let's put the stars on, which I think is going to be the cutest part. So I want to decide which stars I want. I really like the silver stars. I think they're really cute. And I went ahead and bought 2 packs of these while I was there because I wasn't sure if I want to use just 1 star. Like, let's put the gold ones there and see. The gold are cute too, but I really like the contrast of the silver. To be honest, I like the white ones too, but I think I want to have a little bit of metallic on it. But this is where you can just get creative. Now, I'm going to use the stickiness of my spray paint to my advantage. I'm going to peel these backers off and use these. I use this sticker as the adhesive to put these down. If you're using wood stars or anything like that, you might just want to use hot glue. But the stickiness of this spray paint and the stickiness of these stickers are going to work together. It's going to be a double adhesive, basically. So I'm going to use both sides of the stars. I'm going to use the large ones and the small ones because this comes with 2 or 3 sizes of stars. I think it's 3 different sizes. And I'm just going to stick them wherever. All on the blue section only. So we'll stick, you know, just to the blue section. Now think of this like when you're stamping and how you want some things to kind of come off and it kind of, you know, takes the eye off the page. So have some of your stars stick off a little bit. That'll be pretty too. It kind of makes it a little more organic and not quite so perfectly placed. Now, this is cute like it is, so you can stop right here if you'd like to. And to hang it up, if you're like me, I use wreath hangers that go over the door. So you can easily hook your wreath hanger into this piece here, this ring in the back that doesn't have any clips on it. Or you can run ribbon through this and make a loop to hang it when you get ready to. Just run the ribbon. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hang it from that ring, but I want to add a bow to this section here. And I want to show you how to make this bow. So I'm going to move the wreath out of the way so I can show you this. Now here's how I decide how much ribbon I need to make a bow. I just play with the bow while the ribbon's still attached to the spool, and then I cut it away. So I want to show you how I do the playing with the bow part, because that's the part you'll need to know first. Here's what I do. I make one loop about the size that I'm going to want my loops to be. So you see I have this one loop and I've just simply crossed the ribbon over each other, kind of almost in that awareness ribbon look. See that? Then this is a single-sided ribbon. So if I made a loop like this going to the back, I'd have 2 different colored loops. If you're looking for that, that's fantastic. But I don't want that. I want my white to show on the top. So instead of looping backwards, this time I'm going to bring this loop to the front and cross it over. So you see how I'm kind of getting a bow? You can see that. It's really just kind of an X. Right? Okay, and then they have the 2 loops. Now I just kind of match these up and make them look the size that I want them to look, and I can do any adjustments here that I need to, you know, before I get too wrapped up in the bow. Now then, I want this to have 4 loops, not just 2. So I'm going to continue by pulling that to the back, okay, and this time these 2 are going in this direction, so I'm going to bring this piece that goes to the back out to the right, so I'll get that same X shape of the bow here. Again, if I turn this back, I get the wrong side of the ribbon showing. But if I bring it to the front and I cross it over the entire thing, see how I have 4 X's? Now, I know that was probably confusing, but if you'll watch this a couple times, it'll probably make sense and you'll be able to understand what I'm saying. So once I get to this point, I'm just going to squish this center together, and you can seal it shut in a bunch of different ways. One way is take a piece of wire, twist around it, and you got a bow, okay? If you don't want that to show, another way is to take another piece of ribbon, put it across the center, and pull it to the back, okay? Then just tie this together in a knot. You're not worried about it because you're not going to see what it looks like in the back. You're only going to see the bow from the front. So So just pull that together nice and tight. I know that's hard to see, but you can see, and this ribbon holds really snug. I don't even have to knot that. That's not coming loose. That's not coming loose. Okay, so now that's the back side where I tied the knot. Now let's flip it over and check that out. Then you just play with it and fluff it any old way you want to. Turn these tails, turn this bow loop, whatever you need to do, and you've gotten a bow. Super simple. Now I do like to dovetail or either angle cut the ends. On this one I think I'm going to angle cut, just because I don't think a dovetail is going to show very well in the stripe. So that's how I do kind of a cheater bow, but it's really simple. You do have to play with it. And remember this, once you tie this knot, if these aren't where you want them, just put them where you want them. And the biggest tip for that is use wired edged ribbon, which is what I like to do. So there you go. Now let's put this onto our wreath. Now for a permanent application, if this is a wreath you're going to use every year and you want to make sure this is on there permanently, you'll want to hot glue this in place. I think it's going to be super cute just kind of sitting down here like this. And I don't want it to be permanent because I'm thinking I'll probably change this out to be something else. So let me show you what I'll do for that. To put this bow on, I've cut myself a piece of some craft wire. And this is just a simple, easy to maneuver craft wire. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And I'm going to slip it underneath that bow, that knot we tied. Just like this. So basically I'm just creating a wired bow, just one we're going to wire on. I'm going to twist it in the back just to hold it nice and secure, and then I'm going to put these two wire pieces through our wreath. Super easy. Now I'm not going to flip this over because I don't want to take a chance of all of my clips opening when I lay it down. So from behind here I'm just going to twist this wire into place, and that way my bow, I'm doing it with both hands at this point, my bow will stay where I put it. And then just close that down. Now when you hang this up where you're going to hang it, you put it on your door, you put it on a wall, wherever you're going to hang it, you can always fluff that again and move it around where you want it to be. But that's it. That's the Clothespin American flag wreath. I think it's super cute. Imagine what colors you could use with this and change this up and do all different things. I really appreciate you guys challenging me by showing me the pins and the things that you want to see created. This was super fun to do. And so if you have an idea that you'd like to see me make, either pin it on Pinterest or send it to me through Pinterest in a message, or put it on my Facebook group. If you're not a member of our Facebook group, I invite you to come over. It is Maymay Made It, and so did I. There's a link below to all of my social medias, and you can show me things you'd like to learn how to make. Thanks, Naoka, and everybody that said please make this wreath. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go hang this on my door. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.